Welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kayla and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today I have quite a bit of knitting to share with you. So I hope you're ready. I hope you have something to sip on. You might even need a snack. You've got something to work on, or maybe you've got me propped up while you're folding your laundry or whatever you're doing, but I hope you're ready because I feel like there's a lot to chat about today. I have been in a cast on mood, started some new projects yesterday. I'm very excited about them. I have one to start that I have the yarn ready to start hopefully today, and I'm just feeling so inspired and ready to make all the things even more than usual. So today is Thursday, March 20th. It is 9:06 a.m. This is episode 270. And oh my goodness, today I just happened to be looking through YouTube, and it's kind of hard to explain on the back end, when I log in to see things, some of the things that it shows. My how to knit socks on Magic Loop tutorial has 1.1 something million views. 1.1 million. That blew my mind this morning. That is an insane amount of views. Some of the other ones have 800 and some thousand, but yeah, the Magic Loop one has 1.1 million. I didn't pull it up to see what the exact number was, but 1.1 million. So thank you guys so much for watching the tutorials, for watching these videos, for supporting me over the years. I've been doing this, I think it'll be 9 years this fall. Pretty sure. That's crazy. Craziness. I never thought I would be doing this. I never thought when I started it that I would still be doing it this many years later. So I am so thankful to be here, be doing this. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you that watch and support the channel, support things that I do. I'm so thankful and so appreciative for each and every one of you. So yeah, just wanted to say a little thank you this morning because that just totally blew my mind. There's a lot of people learning how to knit socks. I mean, I know not. If you go on and watch it 5 times, that's 5 views, just one person. But yeah, still a lot of people learning how to knit socks. That's awesome. Let's get started. So you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as the Crazy Sock Lady. And I will have links right down below this video in the description box for everywhere that you can find me, as well as links to project pages for everything that I will show you. The project page is going to have links to any patterns, yarn information, needle information, all that's going to be on those project pages. I will also have links below for any shops that I talk about. If there's any coupon codes, a lot of times I have coupon codes or anything like that, all that'll be right down there as well. There is a pattern sale right now. I wrote this in big letters so I did not forget to let y'all know. I did announce it on Instagram earlier this week and then also on the YouTube memberships video, but there is a pattern sale right now on Etsy and Ravelry on any of my patterns, and it's just 25% off. You do not need a coupon code or anything like that. It is applied automatically. I think on Ravelry, I'm not positive. I don't know if I feel like you have to add it to your cart and then you see the sale price. I don't think it shows the sale price when you look at the pattern page. But I think Etsy shows that there. But yeah, it's automatically applied, discount, no code needed, 25% off until the end of the month on all of my designs. All right, I have 2 finished things. Grab one of them here. I did finish the April Woolen Women woolen yarn box socks. It's a mouthful. This is their tag. The color is Woolen Derby. And I knit these for a gift for a friend. I did 56 stitches on US 0 2mm 9-inch circular, just following my vanilla socks on 9-inch circular counts for a size small. Knit 2 purl 2 ribbing for, I think I did 25 rounds on this, 60 rounds for the leg. And then I got the sock set for the April box, so I did have a yellow mini, so I did that for heels and toes. So this was pair 19 so far for the year. I started them on March 3rd and finished them on March 15th. Look how pretty that yarn is. It is just, to me, this is like spring, Easter in a yarn. I love it. It is beautiful. I know my friend is going to love them as well. So those are done. I'll go ahead and take them off the blockers. Is there anything else about these? The yarn you can still get right now. Sorry, I'm gonna put my blockers up real quick. I have them all hanging on a basket over here, and they get a little kind of like, you know how just regular hangers will get in each other? That's how those do. But the yarn, the box is still available for pre-order right now. The yarn did come in their April woolen yarn box. I will put a link down below for them. And the pre-order for that closes March 23rd. So today's the 20th. We are coming up on the pre-order closing for that. But they have a lot of different options for different, like basic box, a full box, just some different things you can do. So you want to make sure you read the details on the listing. But I will have that linked down there for you. I did also finish the shawl that I was working on. This pattern is called Reflection, and I used Into the World, their Saratoga Sport Base. O Negative is the color name. Excuse my nail there. Need to take these off today, and I'm gonna redo them tomorrow, but they started to chip on me. But it is done. It is not blocked yet. So I'm hoping probably tomorrow is when I will soak it and block it and have it next week to show you. If I send it out, because I do want to get this in the mail. So if I send it out, I will make sure I get a little bit of video or something of the shawl blocked. But I wanted to stand up to show you because look how beautiful it is just unblocked. It is so big. I mean, I'm holding the tip of it here, and it is longer than my wingspan. So it is beautiful. I really want to make another one of these in the future. It's definitely one that I would make again. I would love to have one in like some kind of a green. I think that would be beautiful. And this is probably my favorite shape of shawl. I have one that I crocheted. It was a scrappy one. I can't remember the name of the pattern now, but I crocheted it a few years ago with an Advent, and I wear it anytime it's chilly, all winter long, around the house, sitting on the sofa. So this is a little smaller than that, but this is unblocked. I think when this is blocked, it'll be about the same size as the crochet one that I have. So it is just going to be perfect, I think. I think they are going to love it. So yes, I will get this blocked and show you that when it is done. And that I followed the pattern exactly as it was written. Now I have works in progress. I did not bring my Valentine's socks down, the Valentine's mini set from Barnyard Knits, because I have not worked on them. I don't know what my holdup is. I love the yarn. I love doing scrappy socks, but I just am feeling so inspired by other things that those have just kind of taken a back burner. We've been pretty busy too, so a lot of out of the house stuff where I wouldn't take a scrappy project. So yeah, I don't know. I have the bag in a basket, and I think I need to take it out and set it on the couch so that maybe that kind of, because right now it's like out of sight, out of mind, I think, as well. I kind of am in such a shawl mood that I'm like, I wish I would have used that mini set in a shawl. I mean, I'm not too far into the socks. I could rip them out, but kind of hate to do that because I already have some of the minis into the sock, and like then I'm dealing with split, minis. I don't know, but I haven't worked on them, so we'll see if I work on them next time. I didn't bring them down because there was nothing to show. Let's see. Sock wise, I have 3. Yes, I have 3 pairs of socks going. Let's show the one I'm furthest along on. These are in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. Look at how cute. I was so excited when she made this cow bag for me. I just love their faces. So in here I have a pair of socks I'm making for my husband. The yarn is Knit Picks Felici. And the color is Silent Film. This was still in stock and it was on sale, so I will make sure I link them down below, but was in stock and on sale earlier this week, so you might check that out. Here they are. I've got both of them going because the Felici, it comes in two, I did not cake these up, so they're a mess, but it comes in 50-gram skeins, so I have both of them down inside of here. But they're both on the foot through the gusset decreases. I did just use a black for the heel. I know this is Knit Picks Stroll Fingering, and it's black, so I think it's just black is the name. I don't think it has a special name or anything. Yes, working along on those. I have a progress keeper on here that is a Valentine's progress keeper from the Littlest Charm Co., just because that is what was sitting by my chair when I was ready to put a marker in that sock. Super cute though. For these, for my husband's socks, I do 64 stitches and 20 rounds of ribbing, knit 2, purl 2. 50 rounds for the leg is kind of the length that he likes. Doing them on 9-inch circulars, US 0. I have dropped a ton of stitches on here off the needle. There we go. Easy fix. Yeah, just vanilla socks, 9-inch circular, size medium. Not too much else to say about those, I suppose. Really been on a kick of working with the yarns out of here. You'll see I've cast on another yarn out of here. I'll show it in just a moment. I think this yarn used to be tucked up in these cabinets. I have two of these cabinets over here. These are from IKEA. I can't remember what the name of them are, but they're from IKEA. And the yarn that is in this cabinet used to be shoved in here in like one, and it was double. I could fit it double in there. So a lot of that was just hidden. I wouldn't see it unless I dug into that little section of the cabinet. So having it here, and then the fact that I open those doors every time I record, and I record twice a week, it just has inspired me so much to work with yarns out of that cabinet. So that's how I started the Knit Picks Felici, because I saw that one and I'm like, okay, let's start that one. And then let's go ahead and show this one. This is the other one that I started out of that cabinet. This is in a bag from is it Craft House Magic? Yes, Craft House Magic. I love this one too. So sweet. And I started a pair of socks using some West Yorkshire spinners. And the color is 844. The name is Kingfisher. And it is so fun. I started these yesterday and I couldn't stop until I had finished the cuff, because that was about the time I finished the pattern repeat for the yarn. And I just had to see what it was gonna look like. So here it is. They come like this too, and sometimes I will cake these up, other times I cannot be bothered, and this is just one of those weeks where I could not be bothered. So pretty. And this is what it looks like this. I did not know how this was going to knit up, and that made it so fun to work from. I love it. So I completed back to the orange. So that is what the patterning looks like there. Different stripes of orange and then blue. Very pretty. These are going to be for Wyatt. I am doing these magic loop. I haven't really done that in a while, but I've got two going magic loop right now. For magic loop, I use US 1 2.25 millimeter 32 inch. These and the 9 inches that I'm using are Chalgu red lace. Those are my favorite. But yes, loving these. And I will link down below. So all of the West Yorkshire spinners that I have, I've purchased from the Woolly Thistle. And I will put a link down below for the Woolly Thistle for this yarn. So you can have her check it out. They have a ton of different yarns over there, but that's been the place that I have found to purchase West Yorkshire spinners. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6. Pretty sure I have 6 of those West Yorkshire spinners, but the other ones I think are all Christmas colors or like seasonal, wintry kind of colors from that line. 64 stitches, don't know if I said, vanilla socks, magic loop. I thought about doing ribbing for those, but I think I am just going to do plain vanilla for those. My last sock cast on is in the bag, showed this a few weeks ago, that Danielle sent me. She had the Midwest Stitches shop. It's no longer open, but she sent me this cute St. Patrick's Day bag. And I have the Yarnable for March cast on. It is Wings of Renewal is the name of the March color. And I checked yesterday and Yarnable is open to new subscribers right now. And I'm pretty sure it said you could, if you signed up, like you'd be in time to get the April box. And so I will have that link down below. And I also have a coupon code for Yarnable. It's Sock Lady for $5 off of your first month. So that'll be down there also. This one is working up so fun. Here's what it looks like in the cake. And then look at how this is spiraling. I am loving seeing this work up. I think that's just so much of the fun with a skein of yarn is seeing it in the skein. You cake it up, it looks different. You work it up, it looks different than maybe you thought it would. To me, that's fun because I knit mostly socks. I know for some garments and things that might not work, but knitting mostly socks, I just think it's so fun to let the yarn do its thing. And this one's definitely doing its thing. So I am doing the Mahogany Run socks pattern, which is one of my designs. I just had so much fun with that for the February socks that I just really wanted to do it again. So I'm following the pattern exactly. 20 rounds of knit 2, purl 2, ribbing for the cuff. And I've done 2 pattern repeats at this point. And again, I'm doing them on magic loop. I don't know, sometimes I just go on a kick and switch it up a bit. So that's what I've done right now. Those I am doing a size medium from the pattern. I don't think there was anything else to say about those. So I have something that I have cast on, and then I have something that I am going to be casting on. So I want to share both of those with you. Let's start with the one that I have cast on already. This is in a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny. Look at these sweet bunnies. I think it is so cute. And I cast on another shawl. Yes, I did. So I cast on the Reading Shawl by Kay Jones. I will put a photo up here of the pattern. So for this pattern, she uses fingering weight held double. And she used an advent calendar and then bare undyed yarn. So holding 2 minis together for the colored sections that you see. And then 2 strands of bare undyed for the just like cream colored sections. So what I decided to do is use my row 1 minis because, you know, I've talked quite a few times recently about wanting to find a project to start using those up. I had picked out a few different things and I was trying to decide what I was going to do. And my members helped me decide that it should be this shawl. And I'm having so much fun with it. So I'm doing it a little bit different. The minis that she used in the pattern, the way she did it with like a colored section, stripe of the bare undyed, colored section, etc. those were 20 gram minis. Row 1 is 10 gram minis. So I kind of knew I was going to have to switch it up a bit already. And what I decided to do, I had a bunch, oh gosh, I'm dropping needles. I have just like some bare undyed that I've worked from already. So I thought, let's just grab that. And we can use some of that up as well, because I also have some more on the top of this cabinet that I've used, or I've purchased to use for blankets or shawls or heels, toes, and cuffs. It's just something I like to have on hand to use for different projects. And someone will ask, most of that, some of it came with advents or just kits or things, but when I have purchased it, I've purchased it from Wool to Die For. You do have to buy like I can't remember how many skeins, but you have to buy like a certain amount of skeins to get it from them. I will link them below. But then I also know that Knit Picks sells just bare undyed yarn. So that is another option as well where you can purchase that. So what I am doing is I am holding the bare undyed as one of my strands. And then I am holding a mini skein from row 1. Right now I'm working from the latest month, which was the Yarnsmith. And when I run out of a color, I just switch to another is how I'm doing it. So this was all one 10 gram mini. And now I am on to the next 10 gram mini. And I did all this yesterday. I could not put this down. I couldn't put it down. So I am not worrying about changing colors at the end of a row. I think you can actually, is that where I did? Just trying to see if I could tell where I switched colors. It was like right here. I can see it on the back side. You can't really tell on the front as much. Like right there is where the colors changed, and I did do a magic knot for that. When I could tell I was getting close, I just magic knotted them together, the old and the new, and then just kept working away. I do have a tutorial here on YouTube. I will put that link down below for how to do a magic knot. I am, as far as like stitch counts and instructions for what to do when, other than changing colors, obviously, I'm following the pattern exactly. I've not switched anything up or changed anything so far. And there is like a picot edging on it, and I do think I want to do that and just do it in the bare undyed, hold that double and do that along the edge. I think that would be a nice little pop at the end. But I'm not planning colors out or anything. I am just reaching in and grabbing the next mini out of the bag that I grab, and that is what I will put in here. And the shawl looks really large. I'll just kind of see what I end up with. The pattern's pretty lengthy because she breaks it down into sections for how, like when to change your colors and what rows to do. But it is just a basic 2-row repeat. So you can do whatever you would like with it. I think it would be fun to hold the bare undyed throughout and then do like here I did a row 1 mini and then do the next section just bare undyed held double, then do a mini, so that it would kind of give more of a look like she has. I think that would be fun too. And I could definitely see knitting another one of these, so that may be something I do in the future. I could also, and I would really like to, use up some advents. I do have a few advents that I have not used. I have one that would be pretty in this. It's yarn ink and it's a fade. I think it was a fade. And I'm pretty sure it was yarn ink. It's from the year before last, I think. Or maybe the year before that. I started to do it in a shawl, didn't end up really enjoying it, ripped it out. So I think that would be fun in this too. So this, I feel like, is such a versatile pattern. Like I said, it's just once you get into it, it's 2 rows that you're repeating, and you could just do it however you wanted to do it. I think it would be fun also to just hold 2 row 1 minis together throughout and just change colors when the minis run out. So yeah, it's one that I feel like the possibilities are endless for how you could customize it to use up scraps, to use up an advent, to use up full skeins. you could do whatever you like. And then I do like that there's the little picot edge at the bottom because I think it gives it such a nice little touch. So yes, you might be seeing a few of these in the future because I love patterns that are like this where it's easy to memorize, knitting away. I am using Knit Picks needles for these. So I went to get my needle. Typically I will just use fixed circulars. I have quite a few of them and I usually have the size I need and that's just what I grabbed to use. But I did not have, this uses, these actually do not say on them. Pretty sure it's a US 7 though. I didn't have that. US 7 4.5 millimeter. I don't know why. Didn't have an in fixed. I have a few interchangeable sets though. And when I went into the little container that I have those in, I saw my Knit Picks and I was like, I have not used my Knit Picks needles in forever. And I just thought for some reason that this pattern, this project would be great on wooden needles. And it has been. I love the change of the feel because I usually always use metal. So it's been a nice change. These ones are the, I actually don't know that they make them anymore. It was like Harmony, I think, interchangeable set. But they have a few different options now. I think they have a rainbow one and it looks very similar to the colors in this one. But yes, using their cords and everything, it's been a while, but they're great needles, great interchangeable set if you want something different to kind of switch it up and something that's a little bit more affordable, because interchangeable sets can be so crazy expensive depending on the brand that you're getting. So Knit Picks is definitely a great option for that. I have the other project. Oh, I do have the link for row 1 below. I always have that linked down below and I have a coupon code that you can use for, I think it's 20% off. I don't think I wrote that down. Did I write it down? Oh, I wrote it down last time. It's Crazy Sock Lady, 20% off your first month. So that'll be down there. All right. Last project I have not started yet, but I am itching to. Jess of Mama Jess Knits started one and posted it yesterday and I'm like, okay, that makes me want to start this even more. So I have been, just after knitting that shawl, I have fallen back in love with shawl knitting. I don't know that I really fell out of love with it. I was just in such a sock mode all the time. I feel like it's just the stage of life that I am in that socks are the easiest for me because I'm just all over the place doing lots of things. But I'm like, man, I need to get back to shawl knitting and that project was so enjoyable. So I had asked on Instagram for shawl pattern suggestions and I went through all of those, saved a bunch to my favorites, added some to my library, printed a bunch off, and the reading shawl was one of those that was suggested. So that one's already started. I didn't waste any time with that one. Another one, there was a few that were suggested that use one skein of yarn. This one in particular, this is Octave by D. O'Keefe, and it is worked. The construction looks interesting. The pattern does give you instructions for how to weigh your yarn and then when to start doing the second half of the shawl, like the decreases. So yeah, you increase and then you decrease. It just looks so much fun and I love the idea of using up a skein of yarn, you know, using up as much of it as you can. This one's going to be leftovers. I'm so excited about it. I've got iced coffee this morning. I didn't even say. And if you can't tell, the cow obsession, it just grows. I just love them. Okay, focus. Octave by D. O'Keefe. Using up leftovers. Hoping to start this today. And I'm using up leftovers from the reflection shawl that I just made. So this is the Into the World O Negative colorway. I have 154 grams total here. I had 45 grams left of this skein and then a full skein, which was 109 grams. So I have 154 grams total. This is sport weight and The pattern is for fingering weight, but I think it'll work just fine, hopefully. We're gonna try it out and see. I have the pattern, I have the needles, I have all the things here, and I can't wait to start that. I have a few other patterns printed out as well that I'm excited to hopefully start here soon. Yeah, I'm just in a shawl mood. That is what I want to work on, and I'm excited to use up those leftovers. I didn't want to put them back in the cabinet because the good Lord knows how long they'd sit there if I did put them back. And I talked about doing a hat out of those leftovers for the person that the prayer shawl's for, but I don't actually think they would wear a hat. So I've switched that up, and we're going to use that for the octave shawl. All right, I think that's it for my current projects. So we did have a giveaway on episode 268. I showed these, said comment below to enter the giveaway. On episode 269, I announced the winner, and I have not heard from them yet. So I'm going to give it one more week. Next episode, episode 271, if I've not heard from the winner, I will redraw from the comments on episode 268 and announce that winner then. But I want to give it one more week. I usually like to give about 2 weeks. All right, do I have anything else? Do you guys want to see my picture that's back here? I don't think I've ever shown this before. It was upstairs. Oh gosh, I've dropped needle packages there. This was upstairs behind our piano on the wall, and I don't know that you'll really be able to see it because there'll be a glare on the glass, but Eric bought me a old phone, like the old phones, huge, heavy. I was afraid it was going to rip the drywall off the wall, old phones. And we had to shuffle some pictures around upstairs to make it work where I wanted it. So this got taken down from behind the piano because a cross stitch that I had completed went there. And I just love this. This is a Wallace Nutting. I can't remember the year that this is from off the top of my head. I should have looked it up before. I wasn't going to show this though, but I have 2 of these different ones, and I love when I find these in antique shops and they're at a decent price. There's one antique shop in Springfield that has like they had a whole wall of them. I love them. So this one is a bit of sewing. It is so beautiful. And the other one, oh, something about time. I can't remember now, but they're just such simple and beautiful photos. Oh gosh, it says right there, copyright 1909 by Wallace Nutting. Beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to hang it, I think right there is where I'm going to put this. Pretty sure. I brought it in here because I don't really have, the way our house is, we don't really have a ton of wall space, because when you walk into the main room, if you've watched vlogs, you've seen bits of it, but when you walk in, it's just one room. And it used to be multiple rooms, but the previous owners that we bought it off of kind of in a way flipped it, sort of, and they tore all the walls out. And I wish they hadn't have, because I've found pictures of what the house used to look like, and I wish it still had all the walls and all the separate rooms, but it is okay. It is still a beautiful room, but we lost there's like no wall space. When they did that, all those walls disappeared. It used to be like a living room, a kitchen with a little eat-in area, and then like a separate little it would have been a really small dining room. But yeah, now it's just all one big room. So you only have the walls on the outside. So there was no wall space is basically what I was getting at. So I'm going to put it there, I think. Not sure. I haven't decided, so I haven't had Eric put any holes in the wall yet. What else? I did write down reading and watching. It's really not that much different. We did finish last night watching a documentary called Bad Surgeon. That was very interesting. We are still watching, I think that was on, might have been on Netflix. Can't remember. We're watching the current season of Survivor. I'm watching the current season of Teen Mom. And that's about all we've had time to watch recently. Reading, I am still reading the Edge of Clap series. I am almost done with book 4. And I did finish the Bible recap. So I started that. I had some people that were really confused when I posted on Instagram. They were like, did you start that January 1st and finish it in 3 months? I said, no. I started the Bible recap a year ago in March, and I finished it this March. I didn't start it first of the year. You do not have to. Do not wait. Do not let that be your holdup for starting the Bible recap. Start it whenever. It is fine. And I will say, start from the beginning. Don't start with whatever day. Like, it should be on if you start from January 1st. Start from the beginning, whatever date, and just go with it. That's what Eric and I did. And I ended up, he finished earlier. He did read ahead over, I think it was like over Christmas when he had some time off of work. He read ahead and he finished before me and before our like year mark. I finished 3 days early. I read ahead the last 3 days because I think it was a weekend. And I just had some extra time. So I went ahead and finished it off that day. But yes, highly recommend it. Even if you're someone who has read through the Bible multiple times, it is great for breaking things down. And I love how she explains things, especially if you're somebody who is new to reading the Bible and looking for a way to start. This is an excellent way. So the Bible recap, I'll have the website link down below, and then it will show you all the different options over on the website for how you can start it. There's like, I did it on the YouVersion Bible app, and it breaks everything down on there for what your reading is for the day. You can actually do the readings on that app. It's all there. And then there's a link for the video where she talks about everything. So I read it in my Bible. I looked and saw what I needed to read it in my Bible, and then watched the video. But yeah, you can do it all right there on the app, which is great if you're traveling, because when I had traveled while I was doing it, I just did everything on the app. Okay, I think that's all I've got today. I do not have anything that's arrived in the mail, so nothing else to chat about. I think that's it. So I hope that y'all are doing well. I hope you enjoyed this catch up, and I will see you again next week. Until then, happy making and God bless you. Bye.